Okay, so I'm going to take you on a ride along to my landlord's shop here. Conveniently close. And what we're going to do is take a look at his car, because we have to build a piece for the front of it. And get this up and probably turn on some lights. Okay, so what we're required to do is build an upper radiator support. And what we got in mind is to cut it straight from billet out of this piece of plate. See if we can get in here and get a look. Now let me go get a marker and draw it out. So what I've got planned to do here is something very similar to hog this out to fit our radiator. We'll make it reasonably thin, probably 1/8 all around. Then we have to come down and match this 10-degree angle on the left. Shouldn't be too hard. We just got to figure out the height. I've already measured it. It's about 200. So if we cut this off here and leave ourselves a 200 step to hold the radiator, and we'll give ourselves an extra, I think it's 50 I measured on my rubber strip set that we're going to stick on the inside of this, and do a bolt pattern in the front to match these holes, or at least 2 of them anyway, and should make a nice looking support. Okay, so a few guys have asked about this facing cutter that I use, so I figured I'd show it on camera. Not much to it. It's just a flat disc of steel that's been cut and keyed to fit the face mill arbor that came with my old round column mill. I cut some slots in it for different size tool bits and secured them with some cap screws. And so you just grind your own profile and use it to face off any wide surface. So let's get this bedded down in the vise and we'll give it a skim. Good and tight. Yeah, that should be a little skim there. So we'll get this in gear. Find some glasses. Should be fine. Let's see what we got left on this. $738. I'd like to clean it up if possible. That looks pretty good. So we're going to cut out most of this anyway, so you won't see the few blemishes that are left. Alright, we got our piece set up on our vise. I did some measurements on the car out there, and our radiator is 2.480 thick. Here we're going to use some 065 self-adhesive rubber to pad the thing. So we're going to cut our groove here at 2.610. So we get a roughing mill there, zeroed up on this side here. We'll step it in half an inch to allow for half the diameter of the mill and leave us an 1/8 inch wall thickness here. So let's get this touched off. That's our 0 for a Z. And we've also figured we're going to leave an 1/8 inch on the top here, so that means we're going to hog out 610. Okay, let's see where we're sitting here. Okay, so we did a test fit on the radiator. Things fit pretty good. Next step we have to do now is cut a 10-degree angle right off this corner to fit the front radiator support, and leave this edge here. We've measured up to be a 1/2 inch from this corner, so we're going to run our 10 degrees in here and bring it up at a 90 here, and that will leave a small angle there. We've got our angle plate set up with our 10-degree angle block here, so we'll get that clamped down to the mill table and get it dialed in straight. There's your tune-up kit, not only for spark plugs. So we'll get our indicator up to the back of this table now and get it straightened up. Okay, so let's snug that table out. Let's see how much things move. So we're out about 1 from end to end, that's not bad. So now we'll move up to our aluminum part and we'll get this one straightened up. Okay, we need a little snug. Okay, so I'm essentially going to freehand this. Let me adjust that camera to my scribe line I have there and the corner of the part. Just working my way up to this corner here now, a little bit at a time. I'll leave myself about a 16 or so for a finishing cut, if needs be. Okay, let's see how this is looking. So we had a little piece of paper put under here to protect the finish on the top half of this. Okay, let's do some deburring and go over a test fit on the car. Okay, let's have a look in here. See how this is going to work out. So this is going to be the setup to do this top angle. It might be a little sketchy, but we got our mill vise clamped on top of our angle table. We're using the inside to hold this. It's a little thin and there's ever so slight of a bend in there. I'm going to try it. It'll be light cuts and hopefully we'll get this top cut off to where we'd like it. Okay, there goes nothing. Okay, light cuts. So let's have a look. They're starting to look the part there. I think I want to come down a little thinner yet, but I want to leave enough to do counterbore for a couple of socket head cap screws to keep it to the car. I'm thinking 3/8 is probably nice. What do we got left there now? Well, right now we're at 540. So let's do another cut. So we're at 489. Did we make it thinner? Yeah. That's 459. my mill trim is off just a hair. It's cutting a little deeper on the left, so I'm going to leave my last pass and go from left to right. And leave a good finish. So let's take off another couple and do a return run and get a good finish. If it looks good, we'll probably just leave it. I think I will leave it just where it is. Okay, let's go measure up the bolt center distance and we'll get some holes drilled in this. Okay, so we got our bolt spacing at 5057. Our hole plate is 8 inches long, so we're just going to split the difference, start in the middle and work out and get our bolt holes drilled in this. Okay. So that's flush with the outside edge. Now, how far in do we go? I'm looking for halfway on this flat. That measures pretty much 1050. So we'll go in 525. And lock it down there. So that's our 0. So now we get to figure out what our spacing is going to be. Yeah, it looks like that's going to work out. A lot better than that center drill is going to work out. So I'm going to set a 0 here, motor on over to 5057, drill the other one, then come back and do the counterbores. 16 socket head cap screw. So we'll get an end mill, I guess, and do the counterbore. Should be 303 on the depth, so we'll go 5/16 if we have room, do we? Yeah. Okay, so to do this, I'm going to set up a quill stop. Bring it down tight against it. Then we'll touch off and use our knee to lift up our counterbore depth, and then move over and do the other one. Okay, bit of cutting oil is always good. There's our 312. So we'll motor on back and do the first hole. Now, so I think now I'm going to switch back to a drill chuck and we'll chamfer the edge of the holes a little bit. Okay, so that's looking good. Well, let's go check it out on the car. Looks like it's going to fit. Holes appear to line up. I like it. Okay, next shot will be when it's installed, and I'll give you a quick look at it, and you can you tell me how it looks. Alright, so here's a look at the finished part installed. We did our cap screws in the top to keep it bolted to this radiator support, and seems to fit well. We did a rubber lining inside so it doesn't chafe on the radiator, and the owner's happy, so I guess that's all that counts. So what do you do when you don't have a C-clamp that's going to work in this application? Well, break out your clamping kit and make your own C-clamp. Works pretty good, actually. I might use it more often.